We were back in time for the holidays. Cape Verdeans are mostly Christian, so they celebrate with traditions I'm familiar with. Everyone is preparing for a few days off and festivities. These are some of the crew at the marina and dive center. They're really cool. Mindelo is full of returning Cape Verdeans. The streets are decorated with lights, stores are filled with hungry customers, and Christmas music is abound. It just feels strange to hear jingle bells and wish you a Merry Christmas here and all, but you do. And parties start early. Folks come aboard Galopin. The music plays loud and we dance. Here, they always end up dancing. It's very infectious. The music is just too good. Everyone aboard gets the bug, especially my first mate. The day before, a Saturday, I was stopped by one of the security guards at Marina Mindelo. He's an imposing fellow at 6'6", almost 2 meters tall. Since I now speak some Creole, I enjoy small talk with the locals. The guard had chatted with me and invited me to his house. I knew he lived in town, but he told me he had another house, his farm, and at 8 on Sunday morning, he would bring me over if I was interested.
This is Aristide, also known as Tit. He invited me to his farm here. He usually works at the marina doing security and at Caravela también. But this is his place that he loves the most. Es tu lugar que gusta más.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Es tu pasión. And soon he's gonna come and retire and work only here. Me di que un día te va a trabajar soli.
Sí, sí.
But he butchered a pig today and sold it all over town. And then invited us for food, and obrigado, muito obrigado. He's too cool, man.
I was afraid I'd be in no shape to get up at 8, but I had remembered that he also worked as a security guard at the big disco until 6 in the morning himself. Well, if he could stay up all night, so could I. I was hungover from the night before, but here I am at Aristide's farm, absolutely unaware as to how this December Sunday was about to unfold. What I'm experiencing here is a Chuk. In Europe, we have a similar celebration around the same time of year called a koshanai. It's when a pig is butchered and turned into gourmet foods, such as blood sausage, liver partake, pig's feet, and much more. The beast is chopped and sawed into several pieces. I was looking forward to seeing where the pork chops came from, the filet, and bacon. Well, it's not going to happen here. Aristide is butchering one of his swine with the gracious help of his friends Zed and George. It's not a pretty sight, and I'm sure all of my veggie friends out there are appalled. And for those of us who enjoy all the good tidings a pig has to offer, well, reality check. This is where bacon, pork chops, ham, and breakfast sausages come from. One big difference, this is not industrial, not even artisanal. This is brute butchery, but everything will be used. Nothing will go to waste. Cachupa is being warmed up for lunch, and a pan lined with pig grease will fry up the pig skin, or bacon, to snack on in the morning. The skin is peeled away, it will be cut into small pieces, fried and sold as a very popular snack. Aristide is also assisted by his wife Maria. She oversees the distribution of the meat pre-ordered by customers back in the city. Families will be cooking holiday meals, filling the bellies of entire neighborhoods. The carcass is brutally chopped, bones and all, weighed and packed into bags. Meanwhile, the skin is fried up for morning snacks and to accompany the pork-flavored cachupa. Cachupa is Cape Verde's national meal. It's made up of corn and beans which have soaked overnight, then refried in bacon grease. This dish has been a staple of the people for generations, a poor man's meal made to fill the body with calories. It dates back to when the population was dominated by colonial force. The rich got the best of the harvest, and then the people who worked for the landowners got what was left over to add flavor and protein to corn and beans. Maria set off to deliver the goods to the families in the city. Beans are probably already soaking for cachupa, and they'll be needing their pork for flavoring. Meanwhile, the work is only just beginning for Aristide. He's got meters of intestines to clean out for sausage. Branca here will be preparing all the internal parts such as the liver and lungs. She had a trick to show Natasha, which bludgeoned her, filling up the pig's lungs with air. Pretty weird, man, but bravo for Nat for your unconditional courage. The little farming village works as a community. Hundreds of goats roam the mountains above, but are easily called back to the farm to eat. There is little on those rocky mountains for the herds to feed on, and little fresh water, so they'll be coming back to feed. This little guy certifies we are in Africa. Macaques are fairly commonplace in Cape Verde. People mostly keep them as pets. And this guy is pretty friendly, but the females here less so. Nat thinks she has a special connection with her primal sister because of her African roots. She eventually got what she deserved, a good bruise on her leg. She didn't listen. Don't mess with the macaques. In the center of the village is a community cheese making facility. Here the milk is processed and made into these small, fresh cheeses. A personal favorite of mine. Can be eaten fresh or with a bit of olive oil and vinegar, in salads, and melted in cachupa. Aristide has cleaned out most of the guts and cooked up the innards. Next meal is almost ready, but it's time to feed the next victims: pigs, ducks, and chickens. Zed is here to lend a hand. As you can see, the animal feed is all natural, mostly leftovers and grain mixed with water. Aristide is one of the hardest working men I've ever met. Like I said, he's a security guard in the city. During the week, he works at Marina Mindelo. and on weekends at Caravella, Mindelo's biggest disco. Before that, he used to work as a guard in Praia. Like my friend Peixe, he's from Bella Vista, one of Mindelo's working-class neighborhoods. His brother runs the Terra Terra Churrasqueria restaurant, which serve his pork grilled in shish kebabs. But Aristide's passion is here with his animals, well up and away from the city, away from disco crowds and foreign yachties. Me and Nat are the exception, probably because we've been here so long and made the effort to learn some of the language. Many doors have been opened to us because of that. But back to Aristide. Look how happy he is here, even though he's only slept 2 hours last night. Ironically, he guards the well-being of herds of people when he'd rather just care for his animals. And hasn't it been everyone's childhood dream to have a pet monkey? Aristide has one final thing to show us, his future home in the hills, where he plans to live full-time very soon. The place is shaping up. He'll have a big living space with kitchen on one end, large bedrooms, an aviary for his birds and fish tanks as windows. As well, a rooftop deck with a commanding view of the valley below and his livestock. It's time for the final act of the Chuk, making blood sausage. It may not look so appetizing here, but once cooked, it will be worth a taste. Aristide is yet another Cape Verdean who's totally amazed and impressed me with his dedication and hard work. The guy is truly inspiring. The monkey is learning some table manners when he eats. Now we're eating cachupa with grilled innards. The monkey, he just stuck with the rice. And finally, we got a taste of the blood sausage. Even Nat, who's pretty finicky with what she eats, found it to be quite tasty, me included. Couldn't be any fresher than that. And after all is done, we do what we do in Cape Verde. We dance. We always end up dancing.